私もノアステラだよ。私の故郷は滅ぼされたの。旋風さ、パティ、それにアイオナ。私はもう二度と仲間が死んでいくのを見たくないの。運命を狂わせる手は私が招いた結果、その原因は私自身で断ち切らないと。私もノアステラだよ。私の故郷は滅ぼされたの。旋風さ、パティ、それにアイオナ。私はもう二度と仲間が死んでいくのを見たくないの。運命を狂わせる手は私が招いた結果、その原因は私自身で断ち切らないと。私もノアステラだよ。
Yo, 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 what's good and welcome. It's another day in silver and blood. I hope for all of you that did pull for Stella that you get lucky, and I hope for all of you that are saving for something else that you shall get lucky for when you do finally decide to summon. So, what's up Hussein, what's up Jingtae, what's up Yuri, welcome Snowfall, AGT, Sad Mad, Cassis Vermilion, Merlin Chan, Matt B. Welcome, welcome, good to see you all again. We shall once again have the most pleasant of daily experiences that you've ever seen. Ever. Yo, 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 miscellaneous! You're saving for the October surprise? Very possible. Luck, bro, don't remind me. Aw, what happened? What happened to you? What happened, huh? Did they not want to give you your Stella? But yeah, you know what's also going to be interesting? The next big day for this game. I know these devs might not always do, ooh, we can try out Stella's exclusive. Ooh, I should have picked the iron. But these devs might not always be on top of things, but we are less than 30 days away. We are less than 30 days away from day 100, right? We're less than 30 days away from day 100, so maybe the devs have something special planned for kind of what you could call a 1/3 of a year anniversary, to a degree. Yeah, I mean, Albrecht Kit, I'm only really gonna have a look at it once it gets published on the Chinese website, right? I'm not gonna go by some Discord forum post and risk like putting something out that's not the truth, right? No, I'm only gonna like really talk about it once it's official. 100 tickets, no doubt, hopefully. But how about 100 premium summons? Right? Might as well aim for the stars while we're at it. Or potentially a crazy banner or something, who knows? But yeah, day 100, it's not gonna be long. It is not gonna be long at all. I think day 100 should be October 4th, which is, yeah, like 20 days away, 3 weeks. Niter? No, we don't need Niter. What we need is Mercury. We need some Mercury to upgrade that. There we go. Alright, let's check out the upgraded Stella performance in Mausoleum. There we go. See, this is beautiful, isn't it? The ability to, even if you don't hit with your first ult usage, do another ult. So we can pretty much use the ultimate whenever we want. It doesn't even have to hit. And she's then gonna do her teleport, or I guess you could say her second ult, that then causes her other ult to cost less. Like, using her exclusive artifact, it makes it so much easier. It basically gives her infinite range. Is she gonna replace Van Helsing or Timeless Iona? No. Could you make your runs even faster? Absolutely. Do you need to summon for her just for that? Probably not. Oh no, there's no way we're gonna get 100 friendship summons. That would be too depressing. What are all these punching noises? Who's getting punched? Who's getting hit? I don't know. But it's a lot of them. That's for sure. Finish him! Let's go. Yo, Emiran, what's up, what's up? You're 20% done building your piercing damage team? Yes, we only need 4 more characters with the piercing damage archetype to build a full team. Though I feel like you could say you're probably a bit more done because you're not really looking for support. I mean, maybe a support that actually boosts piercing damage, sure, but you're not really looking for a tank, are you? Like a tank, you could just run a Quinn, so technically you're like 40% done, and then you could also argue it doesn't have to be a piercing healer, so you're 60% done. So hey, piercing team is getting ever closer. Where's the Albrecht League? I have no idea. I have no idea. But also overall, I would say Albrecht information is gonna be like tomorrow or in like 2 days at the latest, realistically, the way I see it. What level do your units have to be to clear 15.8? I'm at 14.4 with level 140. Do you have a Timeless Iona? Because if you do, around level 151 to like 155. You was asleep and woke up 4 minutes before the event ended and then like, why don't I go in? Summon once and boy, you got her twice. Nice. 158, yeah. If you have a Timeless Iona, anything from like 151 to 155 is more of a norm. Whereas you could technically also clear it lower. It just depends on your blood power. You need to reach around 65,000 for your whole account. The event ended before you took the 20 draws? Oof, you should have maybe woken up 10 minutes before the event ended. But at least you got lucky. At least you got lucky. Alright, now that we have this out of the way, it's once again time for the gear dungeon. Begila's Torch. Can he bless us with some loot? We have 100, we only get 60, so we don't get it. Wait, can I just kill him? Oh, oh, that's sweet. We don't even have to play the fights anymore. Okay. What can we get? What is this? Heavy armor ancestral, heavy armor bloodborne, and nothing. Huh. I find it so confusing that the drops are at the front rather than at the back. But now that there has been over 3 days since the update, you can now fully auto clear without having to play the stages at all. Obviously, it would have been a bit more time saving if the same was true for the time one, or just the time one and not the boss stages, but time saved is time saved? Maybe? So, though it does also kind of feel like we're getting less and less to do. Alright, so we have these out of the way. We bought our blueprints, boutique, we get the daily gift. Monthly boon, we do our dailies. We're getting closer to that Friedrich skin. We only need 6 more levels and then we have them. Give perennial band and complete daily tasks. I mean, we can do that. That's easy. Alright, expedition. Claim the expedition from yesterday, 40 gems. I mean, time has always melted the restless spirit in like less than 10 seconds. Yep. Yep, indeed. But you would still have to go in and you had to click buttons and then you had to clear it once and then you had to like auto twice. So now it's just faster, I guess. Good enough. Affinity up on Bella. Do they want us to make some upgrades? We don't have any hammers, do we? Let's see. And no hammers. Where's our Quinn? There we go. Oh, we have a full Quinn. Yay! Now I would only need to find the solely and the motivation to actually go out of my way just to make that happen. So yeah, I don't think so. Upgrading your tank's gear isn't really that high on my current priorities, you know? But I can upgrade another headpiece because I'm gonna need one anyway. So might as well get that going a little already. So much heavy armor, heavy ancestral, heavy bloodborne, heavy kingdom, bunch of a lot of heavy kingdom. Okay, heavy ancestral. Is that even a new piece? It's not. Okay, heavy kingdom. There is only one heavy kingdom and he's already fully decked out. Boo. Boo. Give me some new pieces. Please. Clan. Sign in. Yep. What am I gonna do? I can actually get another copy. But for who? Do I go for a second copy of Julius or do I go for a third copy of Cyrene? It's probably gonna be Julius. Let me show you the reason why it's probably gonna be Julius. Ta-da! He's double bound. He's double bound, whereas Cyrene is... Yeah. Cyrene does not have a bound piece. Did I wish I had a bound piece for her? Yes. Did I accidentally bind a piece to a Daikalo? Maybe. So... yesterday you applied to join the clan. I don't think I was accepted. That just means we probably don't have a space open. Or at least currently the people that do have a space open aren't searching. But won't you use Cyrene more? Yes, but if I use Cyrene, it's most likely not going to be Cyrene's damage that makes the difference. Where, because she's just going to be a like hanger on with a timeless Iona. Whereas with Julius, who knows? He might actually be good. At the end of the day, we have to get everybody to 4 anyway. So I don't see it as too much of a problem. I can always just get the next copy for Cyrene instead, right? So I think it's alright. I think it's alright. Yep, let's get some tiny extra stats.
But only by living can I wait.
262 attack, 4k HP, some defense.
Not interested.
There we go. Sweet.
Please step aside.
217, 444. Do I want to upgrade him further? Yeah, sure. Let's go with 555. Ta-da. Okay. What else? Among strangers. Is there... Oh. Okay. So there's probably another gift to find. No, there's not. Is there like a 15 out of 14 or like a 14 out of 15 scenario? Or is it not like the summer event where you had to like find a gift a day? Sag. No gift a day. Unfortunate. Okay, we have this and then we have Bon Voyage. Few days later probably, but why would it? You know what I mean?
I still remember how to
And also, I don't like the event structure. Oh, that was fancy though. I don't like the event structure where we always have to wait so terribly long for Nightmare Mode to actually become available. Surely there could have been a better solution. Like, how about you give us the story stage with Nightmare Mode first? How do you like the minigame? If you actually go out of your way to try and see the good parts about it, you can find some nice things. But if you just look at an annoying activity you want to go through as fast as possible, it's obviously not that interesting, right? But yeah, I don't know. This whole like build your own unit thing is kind of confusing because you only get the parts from the tasks and the tasks aren't really clearly labeled. But at least the rewards, if you look at the rewards, the rewards really aren't all that bad. Like, let me show you. If you go right here to the Spiderlings event, then tasks, you'll see that once we actually get further, we can get up to 450 gems and 4 summons. So it's not terrible. Like 450 gems is pretty good. At least for pretty much basically doing nothing. But yeah. It's alright. It's at least something. But yeah, there's not really a reason to like try anything more here. Even with just the basic spider, you're gonna be able to beat, right? You're gonna be able to beat all the challenges, I guess. So yeah, looks like today we're gonna try to push some story. We're gonna try to push some story and see if we can actually make it further in chapter 19. This time actually trying to make it work and not just trying to see if we can somehow make Cyrene do something. You did 40 steps and didn't pull an SSR. I ain't even looking at the event yet. Ah, you should have. You missed a day. You missed a day. And don't forget, you're going to be able to get 20 summons back from the event shop no matter what. And then also, if the Albrecht event starts, you're going to get a free copy of him, as well as potentially up to 20 summons if you can get 2 extra copies.
I still remember how to use power.
Whoops. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how Stella is gonna perform. And what do y'all think about them changing Stella's blood power? Like, how many of you did notice that it went from being last in the SSR rankings behind Mass down here, where Regina currently is. Also, what's the difference between Regina and Pusa? Oh, it's actually not too terrible. But yeah, she was all the way down here next to Maz, and now she's all the way up here next to Fleeting Bella and Quinn. Though as far as I can tell, nothing really changed with her stat values. At least nothing that I've like noticed. It's not like she got like a crazy amount of attack or anything like that out of nowhere. Who checks that? The blood power of a unit? I mean, it's important, right? If you want to push campaign, having a unit with a decent blood power is just going to be extra BP at the end of the day, right?
Keep walking forward.
Hey, sweet. Why am I still awake? I have exams tomorrow. I need to wake up in 4 hours. I don't know, Zenlex. You should go to sleep. Like, you really... How about you just go to sleep? That's not good. Alright, we have 2,000 points. What are we gonna do with those? Let's buy medium fragments, heavy fragments, kingdom fragments, and then start purchasing charge fragments. Yeah, seems about right.
Don't wander around aimlessly.
Ooh, do we have a story to read? No. Aww. So many candles and not enough stories.
Impressive, right?
I hope Clanham we can get a mob kill stage. That would be kind of fire. Yeah, but I don't think we're actually getting any stages where we're killing mobs, you know? And the bottles? You don't buy them? Why would I? It's not like they're gonna run away. Like, if I buy the bottles now, nothing changes. I would need to hold on to them until the nightmare mode, or I guess the hard mode starts anyway. So there's currently no benefit to me buying them. The only thing that could happen is me accidentally using them. In my first week of playing, and you guys have helped me tremendously and made the game so much more enjoyable. Hey, Brian Limmy, appreciate that. I hope I was able to help you out, and I hope I can help you out in the future. And I'm just praying for your account to pull a Timeless Iona to just make your journey that much smoother. Or if you already have one, that is even better. So, we need to build a team for us to push story with.
Let's do something.
Which means we're going to go with our standard units, try to give them as much BP as possible, and then just see how long or how far we can go. I got some spare shards. Do I? Oh, I do. Apparently it's a SETI. I'm traumatized in last event because I do max heal with all my energy in normal mode. That's on you. You should have been a bit more careful. Please don't max clear normal event. It is a huge loss in resources. Don't do it. Not a good idea. Ta-da. Okay, how many do we have? 5,000. Gonna be a while. That's exactly what I wanted to ask about. Is Timeless really that big of a game changer? So, the thing with Standard Banner is, if you get any amount of summons, just summon on the Standard Banner. First 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks, you're just looking for copies of units anyway, for potential ancestors, for acapellas, for Van Helsings, for Stereo Ionas. So whenever you get any standard pull summons, just go on to the Blue Dawn banner. With the premium summons on the other hand though, you have to be a bit more careful with them. Yes, you could summon for Stella, and she would probably help your account out quite a lot. because I see her as being a very good and very useful DPS in the beginning, but it's not like you really stand a chance of getting a timeless out of this, right? Like the odds of you pulling a timeless here, not that crazy. But also, it's not like timeless is just gonna get a rerun, but yeah, she's pretty useful. And not just a little bit. What's the meta now? Same as always. Timeless Iona with as much tankiness, as much stall as possible. So you can keep the enemies from just running through you. And yeah, I think that kind of boils it down already. So let's see. We have our Timeless, we have our Lorelei. We're going to be using Fleeting. We're going to be using Quinn. And then probably Bella.
Have a wonderful
Probably Bella.
cash only, no credit.
Yeah. If I had a Silver Shadow Chronometer level upgrade, it would be an even easier decision. You just act like none of them exist?
Please,
Smart.
be gentle with those flowers.
Alright, so here we go.
Every me stands with you now.
Then we bring ourselves that unit in.
All raw
Just let them
materials
chase
for
through.
merchandise. A promise to take no matter what must be fulfilled. The past without end.
I one-tapped Quinn and saw she high in the tier list, but don't ask me why she good. She's fantastic. She's like a self-healing tank. Pretty much just that. She's just a tank who's the best healer in the game at the moment. But she's only really good at like healing herself. And she can split damage for your team and prevent them from dying. So yeah, Quinn is currently the best healer. If you wanted to call her that, you wouldn't be wrong. Which team do I think is better in PvP, DOT or Summons? Summons 100%, because the Silver Shadow Chronometer is just such a big advantage. 100% Summons. No doubt about it. Oh yeah, I also have a video out. It's interesting, but there were a lot of you actually asking on why is everybody all of a sudden running Clive Jr. So I just made like a quick 3-minute video. I post that after the stream about just explaining what's going on. Because some of you are still confused about that, and we need to change that. Huh? Need to change that. Yeah, just don't hold on to your Blue Dawns. Holding on to your Blue Dawns is pointless. Holding on to your Blue Dawns until Timeless got added makes sense. Holding on to your Blue Dawns now, not worth it. If you wanted to hold on to something, I don't know, I guess hold on to Perfect Shards to potentially wait for new units to get added. But, yeah.
To use power. Remember to protect me, little Bella.
Yep, exactly.
Without end becomes this moment. Future without limit begins with you.
Do you reckon FL or other limited units will get a rerun anytime soon? Depending on how much the devs listen to feedback and listen to like messages from players, they might just bring Fleeting Bella back for Halloween. It's certainly a possibility. It would make a lot of people happy that don't have her.
Vassal of the Bathory. Anywhere you want to go?
But at least also it's at somewhat getting to the point that when it comes to general progression and bosses and the like, you don't need her. But still for the moment, she is the only damage boosting low moon, right? She's the only low moon in the game that can actually increase your damage. And that's why Fleeting Bella is so strong.
Without limit begins from here. Take my thoughts with you and keep walking the past without end becomes this moment. And that's love without limit begins from here. Countless victories
So,
next battle.
I do think we have a little bit of a problem with Timeless, and that is, please do not start to get disappointed about getting an ancestor that's not Timeless, alright? Ancestors are still rare as fuck. pulling 2 T-Noahs in 100 summons is still something to be excited about. And comparison is the thief of joy, right? Like, ancestors are still good, okay? It's not just timeless.
Did we overdo it?
Except when you only get Seth. Just pick someone else from the coffins then, right? Alright, nice. So this is going somewhat smoothly. I wonder when we're gonna get stopped. And also how hard are we going to get stopped?
Please, be gentle with those flowers.
I don't know why they changed Bella's voice. I think there were a lot of people complaining about Bella's voice, and maybe they didn't realize that they were actually complaining about Bella's puppet's voice. Or maybe just something happened to the voice actor, so they can't keep Bella as the same voice actor moving forward because they can't work together with her anymore or the like. I have no idea. They probably have their reasons. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do my best to pretend Timeless doesn't exist, but still enjoying the game a lot with Tihati, Van Helsing, Carlo, and Stella. Hey, Stella is sweet. Just try to have some fun playing with Stella in these stages. Like the ability to teleport, the stasis not as much, but yeah, the ability to teleport around, stab some people. Ooh, tier 9 ring, so fancy. When you get stuck in story, it's normally because your tanks get killed in seconds. Yep, that's just a byproduct of playing at a deficit, right? When we are going to get stuck, we're going to be playing at what? Something like a 50% negative. So, well, that's gonna be fun. Ooh, are we gonna lose? Oh, that's so many of them. Damn. You fought at 180 Blue Moon tickets and consider keep hoarding or pull. What's your advice? Wait for Albrecht, alright? Wait for Albrecht, see what the guy's all about, and then you can make your decision. So you're going to have to wait like 1 or 2 more days, right? Depending on how strong Albrecht is, because he's also going to enter the normal pool. That's kind of what you can make your decision based on if you are or aren't going to continue holding, right? Because if Albrecht is nothing super special, then you can start summoning now. If he is, you would preferably want to wait until his banner runs out before you actually start your summoning spree, right? So yeah, it's all pretty Albrecht dependent. Yeah, it's gonna be around 2 days until we get the information on what he can do. Albrecht is too pretty to be bad, and you don't think they're gonna fuck up a male character? Yeah, might be right, yeah, might be wrong. We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see when we get the information what the devs actually cooked up with Mr. Albrecht. Yeah? I'm still looking for my big buff guy with the giant sword, you know? I'm still not happy. Give me big buff guy with the giant sword, otherwise I'm gonna revolt, you know? When is he releasing? 17th. Exactly a week from Stella's release date. You need Albrecht in a battle outfit? Damn. Berserker Lab, there's so many possibilities. The question is, are any of those actually gonna turn into reality, right? Man, why are these camel people doing so much damage? Scam.
Be gentle with those flowers. A promise.
But yeah, we shouldn't have Lorelei right behind Quinn. It doesn't end well, huh? But yeah, here we go. I think this should be the stage. Maybe I spoke too soon. There we go. Nice. Do I hold on to the echoes or do you just spend them?
We won.
Currently there are no real safe bets. There are no real safe bets you could just spend your echoes on. But in general, if you wanted to spend them, pick something like Acapella, Quinn, Bella, Starry-Eyed Iona. Something more like support focused rather than, for example, Van Helsing. Starry-Eyed Iona no longer in the story team. Yes, it is more effective to just use a Quinn ult than to rely on the passive or on the, like, I guess you could say extra healing from a Starry-Eyed Iona. So it's pretty much you have Bella for distraction, and then you're going to be able to just. I mean, we can try, but it's like too much. Yeah, too much focus on Quinn, and Quinn would like die regardless. Whereas like if you have some other tank to just take the pressure off, Quinn just survives a little longer. Huh? But yeah, we can run her with the Starry-Eyed. It's not too much of a difference, honestly. If you don't have them, can you unlock them through echoes? No. No. It's a fair question. If you buy a unit's echo, you're not gonna get the unit. So if you buy a unit's echo and you don't have them, you're not going to get them. So you have to pull them first before you consider going for any echoes. Would the normal Bella benefit from healing received bonus?
For the sake of peace.
Honestly, I'm unsure. Because if you were to give her healing received, it would only work if the puppets count as Bella, and the puppets would inherit the healing received stat. And even if they do, that still means the puppets, they die so fast anyway most of the time that I don't think it would change much. Do you recommend that we spend the Bloodborne shards or the perfect shards? You can spend perfect shards, but it would have been better if you spent them a day ago, when you still could have gotten a Quinn or Agnes copy out of them to earn yourself 10 summons from the summon event. So your best bet for perfect shards now is to hold on to them and to wait until either Quinn or Albrecht get added to them, and then get yourself a Stella or Albrecht, right? And then get yourself a Stella or Albrecht copy so you can get the summons from the event, right? But if you're interested in more Queen copies, sure, you can blow them. The free Bella from the event is going to be my first copy if I'm really excited to get her at reset. Hey, sweet. Bella's amazing. Bella is going to be making your life so much easier with her puppets, because her puppets, they cheese boss mechanics, her puppets buy you time, and her puppets just... Yeah, they can basically tank bosses on their own depending on the BP deficit. Hey.
We still have a long journey ahead.
That was the crit artifact triggering on our fleeting Bella there. Alright, 19.6. Survive the siege for 60 seconds. Okay, so we're probably gonna start off with the Quinn ult then. Oh, mistakes. Mistakes were made. Never put chronometer heals when puppet dies. No, yes, chronometer heals when puppets die. Yep.
Or future.
So she has even more self healing for herself besides the ability to obviously heal her own puppets. Alright, let's get that going. Okay, time to strike back. But yeah, Timeless Iona really is the only unit in the game that could potentially, instead of survive stages, actually just kill stages. Wait, what is that passive bonus? Are we just losing max HP for no reason? That's scary. Is Lamia still worth investing into?
Be gentle with those flowers.
Maybe to like skill levels level 5, right? Maybe like level 5. I don't think you should give her Echo Gear.
Need help.
It's just,
Please.
let's see, how do I formulate that best? She just doesn't have a currently dedicated space, right? She currently just doesn't have a dedicated space where like, oh, I wish I had a Lamia for that. Because if you're looking for AoE magic damage or single target magic damage, the answer is always going to be Timeless rather than Lamia. There were some interesting scenarios during Clan Hunt where you were able to actually use a Lamia to, for example, keep a Siren alive during stage 2, which led to like some interesting shenanigans. But overall, I wouldn't heavily invest into Lamia. I feel like the survivor stage might just be our limit. I'm curious, how much of a stat deficit are we currently on? Like, it can't be that bad, right? Yeah, see, it's only 40k deficit. I mean, no, okay, it's a bit more. It's a 50k deficit. So we're going from 21,700 to 10,600. So around like, yeah, 50% stat cut. I have a question. It's not about the new update, but once you finish upgrading all the constellations, do you get more slots on the thing that lets your other units to the level, or so it stops? After you finish upgrading the constellations, you don't get any extra slots. After you finish all the constellations, you don't get any, but as I would always like to say, is you don't need any. And the reason why you don't need any is because they've changed the way these work, right? You can just take a Van Helsing, take him out, put in a Joanne, take Joanne out, put in an Iagaris, take Iagaris out, and then I guess put Van Helsing back in, right? There is no cooldown for you to actually put these units in or out. So yeah, it's not as bad as it was before. You're not really limited in any of these slots as much anymore. And even then, during most events where you're recommended or required to run 3 teams, your units are gonna get pushed to level 200 automatically anyway. And I think we just got ourselves another attempt at a beautiful armor piece. So what I'm looking for is Ancestral Headpiece for Velora for later down the line. Any kind of light armor faction gear. Medium armor faction gear would be just not heavy armor faction, right? Yeah. What can you do? It's a 1 in 3 after all. What can you do? Is it worth it to max out the observatory nowadays? I remember in your old video you mentioned it was a bit of a scam. It is a bit of a scam. Like, keep in mind, it is still very expensive. It's still very expensive in Soli, and if you want to make progress, you don't want to spend your Soli here. But at some point, you can just spend a couple 500,000 here and there, and you're going to be able to get through it, but it's still not a, oh, you have to do it. How do I have 6 more slots? Because I did it before the upgrade. Huh? How about that? If you want to convert it into blood tears, moon tears, you can do that, or we can all just pretend this never happened. How about that? Daicado's weakness being distracts you with ult has you dead? Yes, yes. Okay, let's see. So our Quinn is on 20. Gotcha, it makes sense. Alright. So 27,720. 27,771. Level 7. Artifact on level 2. I don't want to play Dutchman's. I should. I know I should, but I don't want to. I don't want to play Dutchman's Revenge.
Cleaning is
Alright, let's see if we can push tower then. See if we can push tower. You felt it in your core? Hey, come on. It's just, the stages aren't as bad as they used to be. It's just that they're a little worse right now. That's 3,000 gems? Yes, that's 3,000 gems. Should you do it? Hell no. Did I do it before the update? Yes. Were they useful for producing, I guess you could say, better content at the time? Yes, they were. Are they needed now? No, they're not. That's kind of the solution. Alright, maybe we can beat 190. I don't think anything happens at 190, but we can at least attempt 190, right? So that's good. But yeah, really, if you don't have a Quinn, there's no other unit in the game that can just pop an ult and survive an onslaught of enemies like she can. Right? It just doesn't exist. Alright, time for 190. Let's see if 190 is anything special. What? 224,000 recommended BP? Oh, that's a lot. Are we fighting 70k deficit? How many copies of Quinn do you need? Just one. Alright. Yeah, look at this. 157,000 versus 224,400. We can obviously check out the lowest clears. We're probably going to be seeing some that are like lower. Yeah, you see, 145. So it's obviously possible, but it's still not something I would actively go out of my way to try and replicate or make happen. But yeah, also one of these is like they have their Bella with a with the Silver Shadow Chronometer on 5, which means they're just gonna get more blood souls, meaning they're gonna be able to get out more ults and they're gonna be able to do some more damage. Hopefully they won't nerf her. Why would they nerf her? It's been way over a month now since her release. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna change. They could make other units stronger, but them actually nerfing her, I don't really see it. I don't really see it. Alright, let's say we move you over here, split you guys like this, move you there. We should be fine.
Gentle with those flowers. A promise.
But yeah, look at Bella, right? Look at Bella. She didn't have a dedicated healer, she didn't use her ult, and she still was able to survive all by herself, providing this value. And that's why I still haven't, like, given up on Bella, right? Like, Bella, she's still very nice, very strong.
For the sake of peace.
If you were to able to just replay the clear records and just copy what they're doing, it would obviously be more easy to clear story stages. Yes, absolutely. There is a lot of tips and tricks to those, but most of the time, instead of like spending hours upon hours on trying to beat a stage, because keep in mind, most of these low clear records aren't things that are just gonna happen in one run, right? Most of these low clear records are people actually trying to take the time, spending 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, upwards of multiple hours just to get a stage done with as low BP as possible, for the fact that people can see it in the, I guess you could say recommended teams, right? So just because someone beat it with a certain team doesn't mean it works straight away. Most of the time it's them spending a lot of time on rotations, perfect ult orders, perfect enemy aggro management, and yeah, it's not magic, but it's also not super easy, I guess.
Without end becomes this moment, and the future without limit begins from here. The past without
Pew,
comes this moment,
pew, pew, pew. Aw, we're gonna lose.
begins from here.
But yeah, there we go. I mean, we pushed it quite a decent amount. I don't really see myself going further. We can try hard mode. What's this? Clear 19.7? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I wanna play this. Let me see. Has anybody of my clan beaten this? Do I actually need to do this? Blood power. Ooh, why the fuck is my guy up to 18 already? Or 180 already, I guess. 7 levels. That's a lot. Yep, there's a big difference between level 217 and 224. Dumped all 180 pulls on the regular pulse and got only 5 SSRs. It's better than the worst case scenario, but yeah, the average should have been around like 23.7 for every, so you should have expected that out of 120-ish rather than 180. But hey, it's not about how many you get, it's about who they are, right? Quantity over quality. Alright, let's see what else was there. The next great event would be Prophecy, starting in 2 days. But the interesting part about Prophecy is only day 3, which means it's going to be around 5 days until things get interesting. But yeah, Prophecy should again be a nice source of gems for all of you. If you play actively, if you watch some videos, if you try these stages yourself, you should be able to get a decent time, a decent score, or whatever else is required, and then also some nice rewards. Let's see if we can find it again. Oh, and also, I mean, double drops are in like 16 days, which isn't that close. Let's see, Clan Hunt, am I blind? Prophecy Unbound, there you go, 13th. Ta-da! What's the Prophecy event about? It's a boss. It's a boss. Is there a pity system in the Blue Dawn Embrace? Yes, there's a pity system. It's 60. It's just every 60 you're guaranteed an SSR. That's the only Blue Dawn pity. So the Prophecy is pretty much a game mode where you go into a boss and you fight this boss on level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 and level 5. It gets progressively harder, but overall it should only be a challenge for beginner players to get through level 5. You're going to get yourself artifact copies, you're going to get gems, and you're going to get a chance at extra resources every day. And then on top of all of that, there's a ranking. And the higher you rank, the more gems you get as a reward. And the way you get ranked is by having the highest score possible on the Nightmare difficulty. Did you guys understood the minigame Spider 1 and is it worth playing? Did I understand it? Yes. So let me give you a brief rundown of what it does and then I can show you the rewards. But no, the Spider game is pretty simple. You get a stat at the top and then you go in. You select whatever parts needed to get as much of that stat as you can possibly gain. And then you go into the stage. Then you can, if you really want to, you can look at it and you can read it and you can have fun. But if you don't care, you can also just hit the skip button, go to any of the important events, just read them, like for example emergency task, and then you can pick deploy, then you can skip again and you either beat the time or you don't, and then you do it again until you beat it. The more stages you beat, the more parts you get from the tasks, right here. These parts give you better stats, making it easier for you, but you don't need them to get full stars on everything. And the whole purpose of this is to wait for higher difficulties to unlock, so that you can get yourself up to 450 gems and 4 summons. The music is fun, yes. And also the text is kind of cute and it's even a bit more like lore inclusive. So if you're interested in that kind of deal, you can check it out. You can read a bit more into it. It's nicely done. It's nicely done. And, oh, absolutely, you should play the game mode because it's just free rewards, right? No need not to do it. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it. I don't think we have much to do today as usual. It's kind of weird. Like, these updates, they do contain a lot, but they also don't contain much, if you know what I mean. How's the free-to-play progress so far? I haven't actually made much progress since beating 15.8 because there's no real rush for me to do so. So I've just been, I guess, gathering solely and just gathering faction pieces and upgrading those. Recently, we actually got double head. I mean, we can do our runs, right? We can do our free-to-play runs for the boss stage. I mean, why not? Not like it really costs me anything. And we can see if we can get something. So what I wanted to say is we now already got 2 Timeless Aeona headpieces on the main account, but we still only have 1 piece worthy of binding, and that's the headpiece. We don't have any other Timeless Aeona pieces yet, and also we don't get a lot of hammers, so there's not a lot of chances to like re-roll. Do you think they're recently releasing too many units? No, it's always been like this. And I think the pace is absolutely fine, because you don't have to summon for them. So the pace this game is using is pretty simple. It is a 3-week event with 1 week for 1 unit, next week 1 unit, and then the 3rd week is a break of no units, and then it just repeats itself again. The only exception to that was the Timeless Aeona event, which was a 2-week event of 1 unit with 1 week and then 1 week break. So overall, you have more than enough opportunities to save, especially units that are non-limited. You can just skip and just get them from the perfect charts. And if you don't want to skip them, if you do want more tools in your arsenal, I think the release pace is still absolutely fine. Yeah, like for example right here, currently on our free-to-play since the Timeless Aeona banner, without actually trying super hard, we are on 60 summons again. So if I wanted to, I could try and summon and see if we get anybody special. But I'm not really interested in going for Stella. Ooh, SSR from the friendships. Oh, not bad. We take a free SSR. Who doesn't like a free SSR? Everybody likes a free SSR. So yeah, as you can see, our level didn't really increase much. We are on around level 150. Our resources haven't really been used much. You can see we have a whole bunch of blood chalice to make the progression from 160 to 161. We can try the perfect charts. That is pretty good. Daikalu's gonna be sweet. She's also one of like our highest BP units. So that means even more free blood power for us. And I don't really need the Soli right now, because if you aren't actually spending Soli every day to level, you really don't need as much Soli. Wow, surprise, right? Is there a big gap between the level 10 tier Iona and the level 40 for affinity? Oh, absolutely. I guess let me see if I can give you an example. So a level 10 affinity timeless Iona has 161 attack extra, whereas a level 40 is, if I'm not lying, 600 something. It should be 600 something for level 40. Like, look at this. Even level 20 is 330. It's either 600 or it might even be... Yeah, it's 900. Yep, you're right. It's even 900. That's kind of why triple copies is the sweet spot. Because you can go to full affinity on an ancestor or unlimited units. Whereas for normal units, double copy is the sweet spot because it allows you to go to level 30. So yeah, it's a bunch of stats. Yes, prioritize Cyrene. Prioritize Cyrene if you already got yourself a timeless Iona. If you don't have a timeless Iona, then double hammer, sweet. If you don't have a timeless Iona, you could go for Julius, because then you don't necessarily need Cyrene as much, even though you could still run it with Van Helsing. Overall, Cyrene is the better choice early on. Definitely. But the next choice shouldn't be a Cyrene copy, but rather you would still want to go for an additional unit. So you go Cyrene into Julius rather than multiple Cyrenes. Bang! That's a joke. That's a bad joke. Why? Why? Come on, couldn't it have been like the ring or the fucking armor piece or something? I mean, this is the best piece in the entire game, right? This is the best piece in the entire game, but you only need it once. It is the best piece in the game, but you do only need it once. So yeah, game's a little on the trolling pace right now. For Valora, yeah, but Valora is 3 months out. Right? And I already had a second one. Now I have 3. What am I gonna do? Give that to my T Noah? But yeah, game likes to troll a little bit. So someone asked, why would you run Cyrene for timeless Iona? Let me show you real quick. We have Cyrene, and Cyrene has an ultimate. That ultimate gives you the buff called Dark Intentions. Dark Intentions increases the basic attack as well as attack range of marksmen by 25%. That is pretty much the reason. That's the reason why you want to do that. Okay, so let's do some stat re-rolling. Oh, we can do 2. So, 50% chance. 50% chance for us to get a double stat. Hopefully something that is double useful. Not quite. Crit damage and received healing bonus. So we're probably going to keep the original and we're going to go again. Ooh. Received healing bonus and crit rate on level 11. We might actually just have to lock another hammer, like lock another stat, and then I think it's pay 3 or even pay 4 hammers to reroll the first stat. Yikes. Yikes. I've been using Stella in my content bracket, player level 72, and have her at 454, and I've been really liking her damage and ultimate. I think she's going to be an S tier solidly great character. Yes, she's sweet. I currently, if you're interested in the way I have her ranked, let's check it out on our website. So, for those of you that don't know, whoops, let me get the camera back. For those of you that don't know, this thing gets updated pretty much as soon as possible. Like, for example, Julius and Stella were there day 1, right? And if you want to check it out, you can click on Stella. Yes, I haven't yet rated her for Night of the Hunt and Prophecy and Clan Hunt, but I also don't think it's fair to rate her based on expectations rather than actual data. So these are her current rankings, with her being the 16th best unit in the game. as well as a 7.8 on story, 7.4 on mausoleum, and an 8.2 in PvP. If you want to check out another tier list, you can do so as well. You see she's pretty much out there, nothing too crazy, nothing too low. On the PvP tier list, you can kind of see her chilling on like rank 13. It fits. It's just not her meta at the moment. If I lock attack speed on slot 3 at level 1, can I reroll it to a high level with refinement? Absolutely, you just have to unlock it. It does not make a difference what level attack speed has. You only need it on slot 3. You only need a good slot on slot 3. It does not make a difference what it is, because you can just unlock it and then refine later on. So yeah, she's pretty much currently chilling. Let's see. She's chilling down here next to Lorelei and Agnes. They're kind of all in like one order. Lorelei, Stella, Agnes, Julius. Yeah, it's basically no like web build or whatever. But I still have things to fix. Like, for example, yes, I know on mobile this interface looks a bit clunky. I just yet haven't found the time to do so. And yes, we will put these guides in there with like proper guides, but I'm still not quite sure where to start. But we'll find that out over the next coming days. Alright, let's see. Yeah, though I do believe this is it. I don't really think there's much else to do. Yeah, we kind of have to push story on the side account, maybe. What? Charlie Kirk died like... I haven't seen anything about that. And also, that doesn't sound very kind. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, we see each other tomorrow. And also, in like 10 minutes, give it 5 minutes, I just publish another... You know what? I just publish it now, and if you want to, you can check it out. If not, that is totally fine. Let me just make a Discord post. Silver and blood. Ta-da. Current. And publish. There we go. If any of you want to give it a watch, feel free to do so. If not, that is totally fine. As always, we see each other tomorrow. And if you just want to see a little bit more, you can check out the video. No responsibilities, no requirements. And as always, bye-bye. Peace.